God's peace is like a warm blanket on a cold night. It wraps around you, chases away the chills, and brings a sense of comfort and security. This isn't a peace the world gives, it's a peace that comes from knowing God is in control, even when life feels out of control. You know that feeling when you're worried about something and it feels like a knot in your stomach? God's peace is like a gentle hand, slowly untying that knot, replacing it with a sense of calm and assurance. It's a peace that whispers, "Don't worry, I've got this," even when you don't understand what this is. In a world of uncertainty, God's peace is a constant. It's a beacon of hope, a source of strength, and a reminder that we're never alone in our struggles. No matter what challenges life throws our way, God's peace is always there, ready to carry us through. I remember a time when I was facing a particularly difficult situation. The weight of the world felt like it was on my shoulders, and anxiety threatened to consume me. I felt lost and alone, unsure of which way to turn. One day as I was reading my Bible, I stumbled upon the words of Philippians chapter 4 verses 6 to 7. "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." These words struck a chord within me. I realized that I didn't have to carry the burden of worry and anxiety alone. I could surrender my fears to God and trust in His promise of peace. As I began to pray and seek God's guidance, I felt a sense of peace wash over me. It wasn't that my circumstances had changed, but my perspective had shifted. I had found peace in the midst of the storm, knowing that God was with me every step of the way. The Bible is filled with verses that speak to the power of God's peace. In John chapter 14 verse 27, Jesus says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." These words are a promise from Jesus Himself that we don't have to live in fear or anxiety. He offers us His peace, a peace that is not dependent on our circumstances but on His unwavering love and faithfulness. Isaiah chapter 26 verse 3 says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." This verse reminds us that true peace comes from keeping our minds focused on God and trusting in His plan for our lives. When we fix our eyes on Jesus and place our trust in Him, we can experience a peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that guards our hearts and minds in the midst of life's storms. The journey from fear to faith is not always easy, but it is always worth it. When we choose to trust in God's peace, we open ourselves up to a life of hope, joy, and purpose. We learn to face our challenges with courage and resilience, knowing that we are not alone in our struggles. One of the most amazing things about God's peace is that it's available to everyone. No matter who you are, where you've been, or what you've done, God's peace is within your reach. If you're feeling overwhelmed by anxiety, fear, or worry, I encourage you to turn to God in prayer. Surrender your burdens to Him and ask for His peace to fill your heart and mind. Trust in His promise that He will never leave you nor forsake you, and allow His peace to carry you through whatever challenges you may face.